welcome to the Maastricht edition. Today we are joined by international singer-songwriter Josh Ireland, who since I last saw him about 18 months ago has been travelling all around the planet, doing his thing with his guitar, not just with his own audience but with other people's as well. We shall find out more about that later. Hello Josh, welcome to the Maastricht edition.
Hey Joe, thanks for having me. Good
Lovely to see you again. Yes, it has been a long time and you have been very busy.
I have been very busy indeed. Until the lockdown, of course.
Yes.
Well, no, actually, I've been busy in the lockdown as well, but playing gigs, obviously, that kind of ended just like a couple of weeks before Corona started.
Okay.
I've been doing a lot of touring last year, especially in Germany and the UK, and I just finished off a tour just before the lockdown. So timing-wise, I was quite lucky.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of friends who've been, they had their whole year scheduled and the summer season planned and booked, and nothing's happening. So,
but you're getting a really big following now.
Well, it's growing.
Yeah,
it's growing, and I'm very happy about it.
Well, let's go back a little way first, because most people think of you as a Dutch guy, but there's a little bit more to it, isn't there? Because you weren't actually born in the Netherlands. I believe you were born in the UK. That's
right, yeah. It's a bit vague. I think when people ask me, where are you from, I don't really know what to say, because I was born in Milton Keynes.
The land of roundabouts.
Yes, exactly. Now, funny story about Milton Keynes. I moved away when I was 1, so I don't really remember anything. But to put it mildly, I haven't been hearing a lot of positive comments about it. So once I was at the Showcase Festival, and I was having a drink at the bar, and this guy, he was having a beer, and he had a British accent, so I started talking to him, and I said, "Oh, where are you from?" He said, "Oh, I'm from Brighton." I said, "Oh, I'm from Milton Keynes." And he said, "Oh, do you know what? We've got something in common." I was wondering, well, I've never seen you before, I don't know what you're talking about. He said, "Well, there is this book in the UK called British Crap Towns, and it lists the worst towns in the country. And Milton Keynes and Brighton apparently are right at the top, number 1 and 2.
I think that's doing a disservice to Brighton. I love Brighton. Brighton's a great place to go to, but yeah, Milton. Well, for all our Milton Keynes listeners out there, sorry.
I'm not sure. Should I have felt honoured, or I don't know what it was. It was a mixed feeling. But I would love to go back.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So I moved away to Germany. My dad's in the satellite industry, so we did a lot of moving around. Moved to Germany and then to Luxembourg, and that's where I kind of spent my youth. But I do have Dutch parents, so we've always been, Dutchmen living abroad, so to say. And when I came to Maastricht for my studies, that was the first time I was actually in my home country at the age of 18, or properly living there.
Yeah. So do you remember when you first started getting into music?
I do. I was a young boy. My mum kind of recommended me to try a musical instrument. She said it would be good for me. And I picked up the classical guitar. I took a lot of classical guitar lessons for many years, actually, 10, 11, 12 years. But at some point it started to annoy me a little bit. It wasn't fulfilling. I was looking for something else. And that's when I started writing, songs and went in the direction of pop. And actually, the foundation that I have as a classical guitar player has been very important for me as just a pop musician as well. But that, writing music, and that came around the age of 14, 15, when I was living in Luxembourg, and started doing the kind of like the open mic night circuit and all of that. Yeah.
And who are you listening to then? Who are your influences?
I listen to a wide range of music. I love to listen to jazz, to pop, rock, a bit of everything really. I would say one of my biggest kind of my really god, idols is John Mayer. I'm a huge fan of Lianne La Havas, and I've seen my music kind of evolve as well, as I've become older, because it used to be very poppy, very folky, and now I'm really starting to enjoy soul, kind of like soul blues, soul jazz music. So that's kind of, these elements are coming in as well. Yeah.
And have you found it easy to move from playing in your bedroom, as it were, as to now standing in front of a crowd of strangers, bearing your soul to them?
Yeah, it's different because I kind of think every musician starts out in their bedroom.
Yeah.
And it's a strange. I mean, I do. Like I try to portray that atmosphere and that personal connection as well when I'm on stage, no matter how big the room is or the audience. I think it's very important to have this, the audience interaction. For me as an artist, for me as an audience member, if I go to an artist, it can be my favorite act ever. If that person doesn't connect with me,
sure.
I'm just not there. And I actually, my worst gig ever, or the worst one I ever attended, was Bob Dylan, unfortunately. He's a phenomenal musician.
Yeah.
But the gig was horrifically boring.
It's so disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he played a lot of new music, which is fine. But there was no hello, no bye, no nothing.
Oh.
And that's the problem. It was like as if he would be playing in his bedroom.
Right. Yeah.
And after 45 minutes, half of the audience had just walked out.
Really?
And it was a sold out gig. So, it's like you can pretend like you still have this bedroom atmosphere, but you still have to acknowledge the fact that people are there.
Yeah.
But if I could choose, obviously, would I rather be on a stage or playing in my bedroom? I'd rather be on a stage.
Yeah.
With people. Yeah.
So recently you were sharing a stage with James Morrison, of course. Now, how was that for you?
That was inspiring. I had reached out to his management because I saw he was coming to Luxembourg. And the thing is that an artist management usually has to, well, actually most of the time, listens to the support act applying, and then would either say yes or no. And the chances of you getting the support act for someone like that is just, microscopically small.
But quite an experience playing for somebody else's crowd, though.
Yeah, it's very different. I mean, that the audience is not there to see you.
Yeah.
Apart maybe from 5 or 10 people that you brought along. It's a different crowd. I think you have to be more humble and a bit more, just take it easy, because there will be people that just also, they get off stage on John the CJ.
Yeah.
But it's it's a good experience also to play for people that have never heard your music, because. Luxembourg especially is a very small country, and the people you see in the audiences tend to be the same ones you see at the next gig, because it's just the same people keep coming back. So it's a good experience for sure. Yeah, it was roughly 1,000 people, so that was the biggest crowd I've ever played to.
Oh, great. So that brings us to present day, where you say that you had stopped touring just before quarantine. Quarantine hits, you're now stuck at home. Are the creative juices flowing?
Well, they've been flowing in different parts. I have been creative. I've been doing a lot of writing. I'm planning a new CD recording at the end of August.
Fantastic.
I'm going to Portugal.
Oh, nice.
And that's going to be purely, to record. I won't be roaming around and being a tourist and going to...
No chicken peri-peri for you then?
No, exactly. Well, maybe. I've been doing a lot of writing and planning some recording, but of course, there are no gigs. Actually, this weekend I have my first gig in 4 months, but it's just a very small scale living concert, so nothing too big.
But how do you see going forward, actually, performing, not just for you, but for the music industry in general?
I think it's a tough situation we're all facing, not just as artists, but also as promoters, people that also make their money off booking shows. It's difficult, Joe. I don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, small scale events are starting to take place again. There is this singer-songwriter in the Netherlands. His name is Tim Knol. He's been doing shows for 30 people, but doing like 2 or 3 of them on the same day, kind of like a package, and he's also been, for example, he's a big fan of hiking, so he likes to go for walks, and then he brings his fans with him, and then ends up in a barn somewhere playing acoustic tunes to them.
What a lovely idea!
So there are creative things kind of like popping up here and there, because like kind of being packed together in a sweaty music venue and having a mosh pit at the front at a gig. It's just not possible anymore.
No, and I think it's a shame, isn't it? Because atmosphere is a very key element to live music, of course.
That's right, and I know that you wanted to go to Pink Pop this year because you're a big festival fan.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a festival junkie, and being in a field with 20, 30, 40 or 50,000 people, for me, that's my happy place for sure. So the idea that I might not be able to do that for a while is heart-wrenching. Yeah,
and I don't know what it'll be like if you have to end up wearing face masks at a festival, or if there's just
no, I can't do that.
Social distancing. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to supervise it and just. I think if you are a very quiet, intimate folk singer-songwriter, you're actually better off now than a rock or metal band.
Yes, quite possibly. And of course, we are actually seeing a lot of stars now who are actually giving concerts online. So I think it started, I noticed at the beginning of quarantine, there was a lot of free gigs that were going on online. And now they're realising, well, actually, this is actually going to be a way of life. We're going to start charging for a ticket to watch us online. But again, I mean, does that work while sitting in your living room?
I don't know. It's, I've also thought about it as an artist. I've had some requests sort of for, just doing kind of like a Zoom concert.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun, but everyone knows it's not the real thing.
Well, hopefully it won't be too long before we see you in the flesh, Josh. If people want to listen to your music, and I believe you've got a new single coming out soon.
It has come out already, actually.
It's out already?
It's called Right Now, and it's on all the streaming platforms. And you can find it on my website, joshisland.com, Facebook. I'm everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere, yes. Well done. Yeah, well, that is the way forward now, isn't it? Because artists like yourself, you have to be a tech wizard as well, or you have to employ someone to be a tech wizard to get you out there.
Yeah, if you have the financial means to employ someone, that'd be great. But it's literally at the moment, it's something like 20% music, 80% social media and administration and all of that. So it's rewarding, but I think one day I'll look back at the time when I could just do music and you have somebody taking care of the little other bits,
Well, of course, I'll be
keeping the website up to date.
I will be interviewing the person who is going to be your support act at some point, I have no doubt. It's been lovely to see you again, Josh. We'll see you after the quarantine, I'm sure, up there on the stage where you're meant to be. Thank you very much for joining us at the Maastricht edition, and we wish you all the best of luck going forward, and we hope to see you soon.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Josh.